Hello, everybody. I wanted to do a little prayer devotional time with y'all guys here on my channel. The name of my channel is A Step Back in Time Journals. But one of the uses of my journals are having a prayer time and a Bible time with the Lord. So, in the background, you're going to see, you can see my kids having breakfast, and they're going to join us for this devotional.
Hi.
That's Xenia, Zoe, Lodi, and
Denora.
Zenora. Hello, too many Z's this early in the day. Okay. One of my kids is still not to the table, and a couple of them are off doing other things, working, for instance, and running errands for me. So, we're going to go to the Bible, and we're going to study in James. So, flip on over to James, chapter 1, and we're going to look down at verse 27. I'm going to read that for you. Pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this, to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. Now, I want to discuss this latter part of the verse, where it says, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. There is a trend going around that I think saddens the Lord as well as it saddens me, that some of the worldly practices are fine for Christians to participate in. As long as you don't get too bad, So we're gonna ask ourselves, what is the world known for? And I've written down some things. Cussing, because I've seen this in so-called Christian videos. Well, it's okay as long as we don't get the big word out, like the F word. Or whatever they think is the biggies, Cussing, partying, and drinking. Those three that I wrote down, and I'm going to let my audience over here help out with this question. I did tell them what the question was so they could be thinking about it. And we're going to start off with the oldest and go to the youngest. Zoe, one item, one thing the world is known for. What would it be? Just one. Just one. Can't hear you.
Maybe smoking or gluttony.
Smoking. One thing is smoking. She has problems with sticking to one thing, I think. Smoking. All right, smoking. Now we're going to go over to Miss Xenia. Xenia, have you thought of one thing the world is known for? What would it be?
Bullying.
Bullying. One thing. They all have problems with this, I think. Bullying. Yep.
Zoe's turn.
I have seen Christians, even at church or church functions, bully their children, bully others in the church members. It's not okay. All right? And I understand if you're playing around and that both parties are having fun. But if you're actually, insulting, and you can see it in their eyes, they're not too happy with what you're saying, you need to stop what you're doing and apologize. Okay, then we're on to Lodi. Did you think of one thing? Having a hard time? If we already took the good ones?
Oh, it's still a good one.
All
I
right.
got one up there.
You got one. Okay.
Druggy.
Druggy?
Drug use.
Drug use. Okay, drug use. That's a good one, Loden. That's true.
I have another one.
There may be people out there that think, well, this drug is fine. I mean, people smoke and people drink. It's okay to use this drug. It's just a mild drug. You can okay just about anything for yourself, but that doesn't make it right. Okay, we're off to a good start at naming these things of the world. Zenora,
Okay,
I didn't forget you.
tobacco.
What? Tobacco use? Okay, it doesn't have to be smoking, does it? It could be dipping, huh?
How about murder?
Tobacco. I can't spell.
Murder.
Use.
Let's see.
Tobacco use. Like dipping.
Oh, that might be.
What else? What else is included in tobacco use? Any of y'all think of another one? It's not the regular cigarettes. What else?
Cigarette.
E-cigarettes, yeah. E-cigarettes.
Cigars.
What else?
Vaping.
That's the same thing.
Oh.
Vaping, e-cigarettes. At least I think it is. I don't know. I don't use them.
There's electric and there's vaping, right?
What else? I think there's one we're not mentioning.
Murder.
What about a pipe? Pipe
That's
use?
just basically the same as right?
No. There's lots of different ways to smoke or use tobacco.
Kill yourself to death. Tattoos.
Tattoos.
Murder.
Okay, murder, I don't think people are okay. Well, actually they are with what? Abortion.
Abortion and like killing elderly people.
Wait, what was the one before? I didn't get it written down.
Tattoos.
Tattoos. Now there's Bible verses against tattoos, tattooing yourself, marking your body. But people make the argument that it's okay if it's for something good.
As long as it's not a dragon and it's a cross, it's okay, okay?
Or maybe it's because one thing or another. I mean, there's all lots of uses that tattoos are used for. And I agree, some of them are better than others. Some of them are more decent than others. But they don't make it right when the Bible clearly says don't do it. Okay. What was the last one we mentioned?
Murder.
Murder. People don't call it that though, do they? They call it abortion.
Yeah, and then they like,
That's
oh,
murder.
it's okay to like, take
Yeah, they-
elderly people's lives.
Population.
The elderly, what's that called? Euthanasia. Euthanasia.
We have over.
Okay, so let's talk about abortion for a minute. Abortion, they okay by saying it's okay to have an abortion if you've been abused, and that's the result of the abuse. But it is not, because even if it was a result from abuse, it is a life that God allowed to grow inside you. It's a person.
A person is a person, no matter how small.
Then euthanasia, they say what about that, Zoe? Isenia? What were you saying?
A person is a person.
No, the elderly. Euthanasia. What were you saying about it?
They,
What was their excuse?
oh, they're just too old and just senile. They don't know anything. They just need,
It's kind of they're using euthanasia like you would animal, but we are not animals. When we have a mental problem or we have a physical problem, it's not an excuse to put someone out of their misery. I know it's very tempting sometimes when you watch your loved one suffer. But we go through suffering to refine us. Sometimes the suffering we go through is to help those around us learn some lessons in life. Suffering is for many reasons. It grows our character, and those that are helping us, it grows their character. Suffering identifies us with Christ, prepares us for meeting Christ. As we suffer, we detach ourselves from worldly influences in our life. Anything that's crept in, suffering pushes it out and draws us closer to Christ. If we are Christians and we haven't given up on God. So we learned a lot today, I think. What it means to be spotted, our Christian life, to be spotted by the world. And let's read our memory verse again. It's James 1:27. Pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this: to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. And that's one way to keep yourself unspotted from the world. When you go to see an orphan or a widow, man or woman, and you help them out, then becoming selfless like that and focusing on someone else keeps us from just loving the world and loving what the world has to offer, and just always being on our phones and being concerned about what I should buy next or who I should try to be like and all that malarkey. Miss Malarkey is my word of the day. And what was my other word of the day?
Ugh.
Ugh. Ugh. Anyway.
Ugh. Like a pug.
Try to use those in a sentence. Let me know if you do. Please like, and if you liked it, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Either way is fine. And check out my journals on Facebook at A Step Back in Time Journals. Yes, Xenia. What would you like to add?
That rhymes with your word of the day.
Okay.
You need a ugh like a pug.
Ugh like a pug. Okay, that is really incredible and interesting. Thank you very much for adding to this lovely broadcast. Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye.